Hey everyone, so I just did the patent letter. I put them in their each individual um, manila folder. Um, see? And top secret stuff here. At least for a little while. And yep. And see this. Oh, what a great idea this was for whoever invented this. Just peel it off. No yucky residue. Stuff all over your tongue. It's a great idea. Great invention. Great invention. Great. And speaking about inventions, this is actually my first invention. Well, I guess that I'm personally in a way like personally writing to all these 20 different companies as of now, besides whatever's on the internet. But yeah, there was Kneks, Kneks, this thing here. I actually created the logo. My cousin Mario, which is the CEO of the company, he sent it off to, I think it was Fiverr or something, and they do logos and stuff very affordably and cheaply. So they enhanced it. They made it look badass. Super. You guys could go check it out if you guys want to look at it. It's on createyourwebsite123.com. This website on the pin is probably not valid anymore. Like, it probably doesn't go to anything, maybe. But if you want to go check that website out with his company, it's called, the URL for that is connects.site. So instead of connects.com, it's connects.site. So yeah, that's his website, so go check that out. But I was involved with that, but we just kind of like stopped doing it. But he's still, he went off and did his own thing, but he's doing that, and I decided to do my own thing as well. So we agreed that we would do our own business. So we're both CEOs of our own company, of our website, software companies, and he owns the rights to Connects, and I own the rights to create your website 123.com. And that's my website. So if you guys need a website, go check that out. But But either way, um, we're here to serve you guys as business people. And I think if I were to ever recommend anyone for a website, he would be the guy. He's the one that helps me out. He's the one that, um, you know, in a way believed in me and still does, and I believe in him. And he's super super smart, picks up on things really really easily and fast. He even uh, created his own app on Apple and Android called Green Life. Green Life, or yeah, Good Life. Good Life. Sorry, Good Life. And you guys could go check out that website. It's called goodlife.green. And that website is for like the cannabis industry, so medical industry. So if you guys are into that, if you guys need medication for whatever is going on in your life, or you want to de-stress or whatever it might be that you're going through, you can't really sleep, whatever it might be, your medical condition, you guys go check out that website. It's goodlife.green, and you guys could see his work through that, and he's about his business. And with this idea, it's my buddy Corey and I and other people that are a part of Home Exterior Brush Fire Shield, which is a fire prevention idea of certain objects that might be hazardous to fires. Obviously, some objects are not in risk of a fire, right? Because it won't be affected, whatever you do with it, with fire, like clay, right? So so anyway, his whole thing here is for me to help him with the patent process or he submitted the patent. The patent is pending. Personally, I'm just helping him with the letterhead and sending a few of these envelopes out to businesses, and hopefully they reply. Hopefully they want to purchase the rights to this invention of his. I believe it's a pleasable idea that will save lives and people in the future. And I know that we all got to start somewhere. Just like working out, right? Like, you just got to start somewhere. Never did a push-up in your life, or you can't picture yourself doing 10 right now straight. It's okay. You have to just start with whatever you can do. So there's a lot that needs to be done. But like I said, this is the beginning. So we're just preparing for that. In a way, this is a stepping stone, a foundation. If everything goes good, and God willing, everything works out, well, a lot of things would change for us as individuals that are trying to help others, and it will also help you because these ideas will help you guys and your assets and personal private uh, property and privacy. Say that. And um, your personal assets that are not replaceable, because there's some cases where you could get insurance for something. You could get house insurance, fire insurance. You could get many types of insurances, but that doesn't ensure that your item won't be lost. So with this idea of my friend Corey's, he is going to be providing something that will protect your assets from brush fires, or any type of fire that might endanger your home. So yeah, it's amazing the things that are gonna come in the future, especially if this works out, But if it doesn't, then oh well, like we just have to keep trying, and I don't know for yourself how many ideas or patents or how many times you've tried, but just don't give up. Just believe in yourself, because sometimes in order for others to believe in you, you have to first believe in yourself. So, and that could be the most difficult thing to do at times. But there's many videos on the web, through the internet, that are accessible to you if you wish to view, and I think that they will help you as much as they help me. As far as inventions go, I got involved with all this stuff, I believe, through the inspiration of Shark Tank. Shark Tank, even though I never personally had the opportunity to present myself to them in any way, but they helped other people, and I've seen the way they carry themselves and the way, briefly through the episodes, obviously is edited and stuff like that. I see that there's a lot of things that those episodes will teach you if you just go to like on the web and do Shark Tank episodes type of thing, and you can see a bunch of stuff there. Um, and yeah, it's this. To me, it was like a building block of, in a way, who I am and who my friends are, because of the way that those episodes affected me, and I passed down that information to them, and other people that were affected by it also affected me by their reasoning and understanding of those episodes. And yeah, there's a lot of things to look at, and everything we have is a result of someone believing in themselves, and everything that we do, everything that we, like our daily lives, just revolve around inventions, whether we realize it or not. To go on a bed, you sleep on a bed. A roof over our heads, and transportation. Um, so many things that you use on a daily basis, that could be your inspiration. So don't stop believing, even if you haven't gotten any type of investment or seed money, or an angel investor, or whatever the situation might be. Like, don't let that limit you, because I think if you do, that's like as far as you would kind of go. But you just have to just believe in yourself, and sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes they do. So you gotta just think positive. Think, this, if this happened to this person, then it could happen to me, to you. You know. So yeah, just try to think like that, because it's not easy to, and you have to sometimes just force yourself to think that along those lines. Um, but once you do, then it becomes more easier, and you try not to let that affect you, or it just won't be able to affect you as much as you thought or think. Um, so yeah, like, we're doing this. Patent has been filed. It's pending, and I have a bunch of other ideas that I posted on Invent or Don't Invent on Facebook, and you could go check out that page if you wish. Um, and some of the ideas there are, some of them are the future. Some of them, we will laugh at. Some of them, they're just not in our area of understanding. And I could say many things, but just the thought of us going to Mars 30 years ago, or even 50 years ago, I don't know, 100 years ago, was just someone's fantasy type of dream. Maybe Photoshop, maybe a book, but not us. as humans. Never that, right? But now, who knows? Like, maybe we're probably right there right now. There is no there is no limit to our ability of doing things and reasoning and thinking. Um, and even if we were, would you be offended? Would you be angry? Or would you be happy that we made it that far? Um, so, yeah, think along those lines, like be a part of that, be involved. It's so easy to get caught up in our little worlds and um, us serving each other here on our earth, but we all have to serve each other um, in one way or another, right? But there's a lot of ideas I could think of right now that would change a lot of that, but we just have to do what we have to do and basically continue living like we are because people hate change. People hate, sometimes they hate it. Sometimes you think about it of an idea and people automatically think you're trying to change the way they think and they think that you're trying to change them to your way of thinking when they were taught one way. So they take it offensively, even though you try not to express it that way or mean it in that way. Um, but our our technology and the human race has grown so much, has evolved so much that I could see in the near future we're going to be able to travel really really fast, super fast. Communication is going to be 30 or 50% much more effectively and faster. There's going to be so many things that we will see, just like how it was before the Wright brothers came in and changed the airplane stuff and the cars and all that, right? Like today we could look at that from having just a vehicle for to now having um, self-drivable vehicles. Like, who would have ever thought about that? It was just a fantasy. Who would have ever thought about many things? But it was the crazy people. It was those that dared to think outside the box. And for a long time, I thought I was crazy. and I still think I am, because I could see a lot, I think a lot, but I never, in a way, try to go around telling a lot of people about the way I think, because everyone thinks the way they want to think, and I can't change that, and I don't want to change that. That's your head, your reasoning, your mind. You know, you think whatever you want to think about me or the world or other people, but that's your mind, that's your problem, not mine, right? But one fact that remains is that with with or without you, life is happening, humanity is evolving, and it's affecting all our lives all the way around. And I think that's a cool thing. I think that's awesome. And with my website, Invent or Don't Invent, you're gonna be able to go on there, and when I do create it, I haven't yet. If you don't see it up, if you go to Invent or don'tinvent.com and don't see it on the web, because I don't think anyone will even be interested in buying that domain name, Invent or Don't Invent. It's just, it's a weird domain name, but weird keywords, you know, unless I'm being hacked or something. But even then, you could probably do some research yourself and see who owns it, and then you'll see who's hacking me, right? So you're gonna be able to go on there and file your own patent, and it's all legal. Everything's legal. You know, it's like you owning your property. Um, if it's paid for, no one could legally go and just take it from you, unless, you know, you're not. I don't know. There's different legal things, you know, but if you have something legal, legal documentation of something, it's your patent, it's your idea, so no one could legally take that from you, um, unless you sell the rights to it. And that's what Corey's trying to do with this idea. He's trying to sell this patent to companies, or a company that would be interested in it. And I'm definitely going to continue this if it works out, and if I make some good money off of this. Obviously, if I do, then that means that he will as well. And if that's the case, then, you know, I would love to hear from whoever and everyone. And just like everyone else says, I might not be able to personally be able to reach out to you because there's so many people in the world, but I will be able to hire someone that can fill that gap if it ever reaches that state, that can look over your ideas and inventions and stuff like that. And I could create a system that will help you, and maybe make you wealthy and rich if I become wealthy and rich. So, and that's the way it's been happening for years and generations. It's been um, like a domino effect. So, um, just pray for me, pray for the best for my situation. We've seen some of my YouTube videos. You obviously know that I'm a free thinker. I believe in God, but I just don't give a fuck. I fear God, not you, not anyone else. When I die, I'm gonna fucking die by myself. I'm gonna have to answer to God for my motherfucking self. Just like you are. So, yes, I believe in God and I fear God. But don't fucking try to stand there and judge me and talk shit about me. Alright? So, now that that's out the fucking table, but I respect everyone personally. I respect everyone. I love everyone. I show everyone respect, that's just given, you know, automatically. Like if I was talking to the president, you know, I would respect. I respect everyone like that. At least I try to. And some areas I falter, and I'm not perfect, just like anyone else. But yeah, like I just want to say, like, that I'll be here for you guys for the long run, for generations, for your children's children. Um, I think we'll be able to go so far out from even Mars and things like that, that one day we might encounter each other in the future. Nothing is impossible. It, and it's becoming easier and easier to understand through communication, through traveling, and things like that. Because remember, we never die. You know, when we pass from this life to the next, we remain alive in our spirit, right? So that means people that have died in the past are still alive in some form, some way. Their spirit lives on. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we will probably be able to communicate and speak to one another, probably even see one another in the future of our world as we know it here on Earth and space and things like that. It's just like, maybe, for example, if I can try to paint a picture for your understanding, it would be like playing a video game or watching a movie. You could be in your living room, for example, because you know what that is. I'm sure you have a living room, or you know someone that does, and you know how it's set up and all that. I don't even have to explain it, right? But then you're watching a video, and that video is someone in space. Well, what do you see? You see yourself in a spaceship. Obviously, you can't go outside of it. Why? You already know the reasons why. You know, there's no air. You will die. So it's just common sense. But what happens to your mind? You're like there. You could picture this. You know the do's and don'ts. You know that you can't go out of that shit. And if you do, you know the result or the consequence if you don't go about it the right way, right? So I believe that what I'm saying is true, and I'm sure other people have thought about the same stuff. I'm not freaking the smartest person alive, but the more I honestly stop and contemplate all of these ideas in the future, everything about it, it's amazing. And here on Earth, everyone's just doing their own thing, right? Everyone's just going to work, coming back, taking care of the kids, coming back home, making sure everything is clean around the house. So that's the way they think. That's the way we have to kind of think, in a way. So that's like the bottom, this thing I had you guys dreaming, and now we're back to reality. And that's where we have to be, though. This is reality. Reality is reality. But see, it takes inventions, it takes ideas, not just for myself. I'll be long dead by the time all this stuff is accomplished, right? But it takes each other to make this happen. It takes you to do your part. It takes me to do my part. It takes everyone to do their own personal part and job and task and duty and mission, because every inventor is on a mission. And it reminds me of the movies from the past when we would go to war against different countries and things like that. And everyone would, I remember just from watching it, like if you watch a movie, pay attention to what the soldiers tell each other. And most of the time they'll say like things like, when I get home, I just want to live at peace and, have my own family. Or most of them, they have a picture of their loved one and they look at that and they kiss it and, they share it with a buddy, and they wait for a letter to arrive, and sometimes they even carry that letter with them. So, what do they say? Like their mission was like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I'm gonna go back home, and I'm gonna just hang out with my wife, my family, right? That was their whole mission. That was their goal. Apart from the other stuff that was happening, that was their real goal, was just to get back to their loved ones. And the way I look at it is the same way, like, but in inventions, like the war has never really ended in the evolution of humanity. Like, yeah, we evolved a lot. We had to fight for our rights to for other countries not to pick on another country and things like that. Like there is world peace now. However you want to look at it, there's world peace, and many soldiers have given their lives and laid down their lives respectfully for all of us. You know, it doesn't matter who won or who lost. Like there is peace, so we all won in a way. You know, and that's the way we got to look at it. There's peace. Maybe there is some, you know, groups or denominations or whatever that try to fight against a non-violent world, you know, and obviously those in the military, you know, they have to protect our rights in whatever country, you know. So personally, I'm from the United States of America. I was born out here. By the grace of God, I was able to be born in California when my parents originated from Mexico. So I'm blessed. I'm thankful that the United States of America did everything that they did, because now I have the freedom to do whatever I want in a way. And I abused that freedom in the past by doing, you know, stupid things, thinking I could join a gang and stuff like that, but I dropped all that. You know, I dropped all that gang life, and that gang life just brought, you know, you guys already know, just nothing but negativity to my life and things like that. But one thing that I want to let all of you know is that the new war, the evolution of all that is like what resulted is now, you know, and what we need to do in a way is to continue that advancement, like Elon Musk and um, NASA, SpaceX, and a bunch of other, um, you know, like um, the space satellites and you know, like the station, space station that's out there, where there's people from every country on there, and like we we are living closer together than ever before, and it's all about us helping each other out, and to make things not complicated but easier. And most inventions that last usually don't really have mechanical parts to them, because they break and then you have to fix them. So when you try to come up with an invention, an idea, try to think about something that will work and not require energy, because energy is not unlimited yet, but it will be. But yet means it's not. So in the meantime, you have to try to come up with something that doesn't really break easily, and just is simplicity, honestly. And once you have that down, then you'll be able to have the best invention, and everyone will want to use it. So yeah, like with the invent or don't invent, what I want to do is evolve every invention. Every invention can be evolved, people. There is no limit. Like, think about the doorknobs. What is it now? Fingerprint, you know, probably eye recognition, pin code, um, You know, like what our glasses? Our glasses were just glasses, but now they have cameras. Snapchat has came out with that, and I'm sure there's other um, companies out there, you know, with that evolutionized certain things that we use every day. You know, like buttons. There's cameras and buttons now. There's so many things. It's crazy. So don't allow or don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. You just have to do it the right way, of course, and go about it the right way. But any idea that might interest you, you know, there's things that you could do. Like if you like playing sport really can't be patented necessarily, but you can personally, um, you know, like enhance a certain tool for an existing sport, like a bat, for example, a pool table stick, the pool table itself, you know, anything. So don't limit yourself and don't let other people limit you. Believe in yourself, and God will bless you, I believe. And other people, if you really mean it from your heart, I believe other people will take your sincerity and try to help you out. Um, but I'm honestly done talking about everything I'm talking about. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless.